What's going on in Canada? How did things get so bad? In this episode of FBI Faith-Based Investigations, we'll take an in-depth look into what has caused this Canadian collapse. Hello everyone and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. As faithful Catholics, as opposed to just cultural or lapsed Catholics, watch in horror as Hillary Clinton moves one step closer to her lifelong ambition of being President of the United States, a natural tendency arises in us to become a default Republican supporter. Hillary Clinton's worldview is evil. The woman is possessed by an evil view of the world. She is a danger to everyone she is around because of her insidiousness and her deceit. Under no circumstances can she ever be supported by anyone Catholic. So let's just get that right out there, right up front, so everyone has it right at the beginning here. She is a living, walking, talking embodiment of an enemy of Christ. That said, the default to support the Republican Party, candidate, and agenda is not as clear-cut as many may think. This is not your father's GOP. No way, no how. Watch this clip from last week's GOP convention in Cleveland. The speaker is Peter Thiel, the founder of PayPal and early investor in Facebook.
When I was a kid, the great debate was about how to defeat the Soviet Union, and we won. Now we are told that the great debate is about who gets to use which bathroom. This is a distraction from our real problems. Who cares? Of course, every American has a unique identity. I am proud to be gay. I am proud to be a Republican. But most of all, I am proud to be an American.
Did you hear the raucous applause there? That speech was a watershed moment for the GOP. Despite all the hoopla about how pro-life the party platform is, the truth is the platform carries no weight at all and is merely symbolic. And those who put it together, the platform, are among the most elite and hard-working grassroots types that are given a bit of a reward for all their efforts during the year. The reality in the GOP these days is what you heard when Thiel announced he was proud to be gay and a Republican. The moral issues as an issue have long since been abandoned by party leadership. The horse is out of the barn, the train is pulled out of the station, that ship has sailed, use whatever analogy you want. The party as a party will never again be rolling back to the pre-same-sex marriage days or the pre-Roe v. Wade days. It's all settled for them. The GOP has moved beyond these issues because the party leadership has correctly recognized that the American people don't really care about these issues. That's why we still have abortion. That's why the Supreme Court last year could comfortably hand down its same-sex marriage ruling and barely a whimper from anyone. America has become an immoral country at relative ease with her immorality. Contraception led the way, then abortion, no-fault divorce, then same-sex marriage, evil, multiplying evil. And America will pay for her immoralities. Some of the punishment has already come in a deepening economic crisis, the loss of material goods, the psychological and emotional impact of devastated families, and so on. But these will pale in comparison to the final blow. The Roman Empire went on a slow, steady decline and blew up at the end. America's decline is steady, but because of technology, it will not be slow. And like many empires before ours, America will also blow up. The Democrats push evil, and for now, the Republicans stand silent about the evil. But more and more, the GOP is coming on board with the evil. The GOP is not what it looks like. It's not your father's Republican Party. But many political conservatives have yet to wake up to this reality. In the 1960s and the early 70s, the Democratic Party underwent a profound shift in principles, but huge numbers of Democratic voters didn't realize it until too late. The foundational shift was summed up in former Democrat Ronald Reagan's famous 1962 comment, "I didn't leave the Democratic Party, the party left me." Well, the same thing is happening now to the Republican Party and Republican voters. The party has and is moving. The move is almost complete. Not quite, but almost. From the pro-life, pro-family party to the party barely indistinguishable from the Democrats on the issues of evil. This shift needs to be greatly considered by faithful Catholics. Many faithful Catholics have spent years working very hard for various candidates and ballot initiatives and referenda to keep the society as moral as possible. Face the music here. We lost. And our blessed Lord may very well be sending us a message. We have for too long, with a sincere heart, put our trust in princes. Bad move. We should have been evangelizing instead. If a majority of the electorate had been converted to authentic Catholicism, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now, and from which there is no natural escape. But we didn't do that. We didn't feel the need to try and convert a Protestant nation with the seeds of its own destruction ever present. Church leaders were content to do very little, as evidenced by the shocking lack of conversions before Vatican II. We Catholics sat back, watched the world go by, didn't care enough for souls, and as a result, now have to face the reality that the souls of our own loved ones are now threatened. And even still, we hear various religious leaders, like their forebears, keeping silent, ignoring the coming storm, even pretending there is nothing to be concerned about by declaring that we have a reasonable hope that all men are saved from hell. Even among faithful Catholics who are politically involved, is there a conscious, honest-to-God awareness that what is really being fought over here is not constitutional principles, but the reality that the more corrupt the society becomes, the more souls will be damned? Catholics have not devoted enough of their time to converting the culture. We've spent too much time trying to effect natural change through the political realm. Well, the kingdom to which we belong is not of this world. We are called to convert people to the truth of Jesus Christ and His holy Catholic Apostolic Church founded on Blessed Peter. If people believed and lived Catholic truth, there would be none of these evils. Yet, we missed our window. Catholics' duty is to save souls. You cannot save souls without also having an impact for the good on the natural order, because the supernatural plane is higher. Affect good on the supernatural level, and it will, to borrow a phrase from Ronald Reagan's days, trickle down to the natural order, trickle down spirituality. But the leaders, the bishops and the religious superiors have not followed this path. They have not instructed the laity to follow this path. And what do we see now? One major party already completely controlled by the diabolical, and the other major party in the process of also being controlled by him. Catholic pro-lifers should have been at least as concerned with the souls of the Protestant pro-lifers praying with them at the abortion mills as they were abortion itself. Did the conversation come up that we should go back to the days when contraception was illegal? Was the discussion ever had that all religions are not the same, that there is only one true faith? You cannot effect change on the natural level that will have any lasting effect if you forsake the supernatural. The GOP is no longer what it looks like, and America is no longer the country it used to be. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.
If I had one word to say to my brother bishops with regard to the present situation of the church, it would be coraggio. Have courage.